you go. Perfect. No, thanks.
That's hard.
Alright, how's everyone doing? This is my second time trying this, so we'll see what happens. The first time went fantastic, as you can tell. Yeah, so Happy New Year's, everyone. I feel like as of right now, all of the resolutions as we speak are dying. They're completely done, so yeah, I don't make resolutions personally. I tried to. My wife and I tried to make one about getting a dog. We thought it would spice things up a little bit by having a dog in the house. It didn't, because we were looking on Craigslist, and I saw in the ads, they usually tell you like a little bit about the dog and the condition, and it was like saying hypoallergenic, vegan, and then at the bottom it said the dog comes gluten-free. And I had to look twice. I'm like, how's the dog come gluten-free? And then I looked down there, it said non-GMO, and I couldn't figure it out, so I got stressed. We ended up calling the lady, and apparently the diet was predetermined for the dog. So we already had to, if we were going to get the dog, we already had to have a predetermined diet. So I thought it was pretty funny, but the guy's right, it does get quiet up here pretty quick. Oh yeah, and the service dog, that one was quite funny. The other day, I do have a dog. We went to the dog park, and some man had a service dog in which, I'm not familiar with this, but I thought that if you were blind or you had a very serious condition, that you would have a service dog, but he had a Great Dane as his service dog. If you don't know what that is, it's a street legal horse. And it was just a nightmare because it had this big puffy vest on, and I was like thinking in my head, like, does that go with him everywhere? Because if it does, imagine trying to get that thing on a plane and putting it on his seat, and he's like, sit down, Steven. And I lost it because I couldn't believe, like, the dog is huge. It makes me look tiny, and he's just walking next to it when I thought he could ride it instead of take a car. Yeah, so last one here is, oh yeah, COVID. So far so good. Yeah, since COVID, I realized the price of everything has gone astronomical. When I was a kid, everything was dirt cheap. $1 went so far, that's like, I don't know, 25-cent candies. You could survive on that. You didn't need anything more than that. Nowadays, $1 it's not even the tax on a bag of chips. And when I was a kid, the teeth would rot out because you'd have so much sugar. But then the best part is you had that tooth, and then you could put it under your pillow, and then you'd be excited you get money. If you had a normal family. My family, you would go under there, you'd feel, and you're like, oh, there's no money. It's a crinkled piece of paper. I go to look, and then on there it says big fat letters, I-O-U, Tooth Fairy. Thank you very much. That's my time.
Give it over Ed Charby, everybody.